one? I don't know. Did we?
I don't. Tell me about your journal. Tell me about what new or exciting information is there.
Well, yeah. Okay, so we can talk about this.
Yeah, do you want to hold it up so we can see it?
Yeah, even though it doesn't really look like this. I
Okay.
didn't buy the author purchase yet
Cool, okay. Okay.
because it just went live on Saturday, but the title is no longer this.
Okay.
So that's totally different. So the title of it now is A Guided Journey Home to Self, a 365-day working journal. And I was just going to do paperback, but now I've done paperback and ebook. So I'm still a paperback, like, I don't know.
You
Like,
don't think you're gonna do hardcover?
I'm not a hardcover person. I'm not an ebook person either. I mean, I'm not going to say no because I remember telling you I wasn't going to do an ebook, but I did an ebook. So I don't know. Maybe it'll turn into a hard copy too. But I reshifted some things with this journal, and of course, I see things I'd want to do different for the next one or a revised revision of it. But I still really, it's the nuts and bolts to basically what I do every day. Like I journal in some capacity every single day. I think my journaling ebbs and flows kind of depending on what's happening in my life, but the prompts that are in this journal, the daily ones, the weekly ones, the monthly ones, even the yearly ones, the letters to the self, that's all my own personal practice. Like, these are questions I ask myself. Now, are these all my questions? I don't even know. I would say some of them are my own personal questions. Others I think were influenced by friends, family, other people that do this work, other, coaches, other guides, other authors, like all sorts of stuff. But they were key ones that I think helped me in my life. And so that came into the journal. And so I figured, like, of course, that was the easiest one to put together for me because it's something I do every day. Yeah. So that's a little bit about the journal, I guess. We'll see. The ebook, it doesn't have the lined paper for the journal entries. It's just all the journal prompts. Yeah. So what else could I say about this?
How is it set up to be used? You already hinted at
Yeah.
daily, weekly, monthly. How, if I'm gonna use this, what do
Yeah.
I
Well,
open it up and
yeah, the magic happens.
yes it does.
The first thing that you're going to notice is that when it arrives in the mail, it is lofty. Part of that is my inability to understand measurements. Okay, so I'll be fair about that. That is not my strong suit. So I really didn't picture what, I think this is like 8.5 by 11 or something like that. I didn't realize that that is like, that's bigger than an 8 by 10 photo. I don't know why it didn't compute, but it didn't. So when I got my proof, my hard proof, I was a little shocked as well. But I soon fell in love with it because it really is it's a workbook. It's a workbook to get you through the entire year whenever you start it. It doesn't have to start January 1st. It can start anytime. So if you ordered it today, it comes on Friday, start it on Friday, whatever. But it's got some lined paper in there, but they're divided into sections from daily. So there's daily prompts. Now, maybe the daily prompts, like it's just one set of daily prompts. I didn't do 365 daily prompts because this already large book would have then turned into an insanely huge book. So that involves a little back and forth, right? So there is paper in here to write on, or you can always just use your own notebook as well. But it'll have weekly or daily prompts, and then it moves to the weekly. So at the end of the week is kind of more of a reflection, a deeper dive, just getting a little more connected to self. And then the same thing, you get monthly prompts that you would look at once a month and just kind of gauge like how's it going? How's life?
I fill those
Um,
out at the beginning of the month or the end of the month.
whatever you want. And I think that this is also part of that experience, right? Like this journal by I didn't want to be too prescriptive. It's your journal. So you might even notice that maybe you don't have it down yet where it's not a daily practice for you. It don't get caught up in that, right? Like use what prompts resonate with you in that moment. Like that is a touch point of learning to trust yourself again. So, but I do know that there's a lot of people out there that like that extra guidance. So if you were going to do it that way, right? Well, this is what you want to look at daily.
Mm-hmm.
And the daily is a big chunk of it because it is about bringing awareness to your everyday life. We're bringing that unconscious to your consciousness. And so that does require a daily examination of what are you doing all day, right? Your habits are going to tell you exactly what's working and what's not working. But we need to become aware of what are those before we can even do anything about it.
Yeah.
And then, like we've talked about before, Elise, and anyone that's probably listened to anything that we've put out there together, it's that 1 degree change. That's what we're looking for. So it might not feel like you're doing a lot on a daily basis just by having the simple awareness of it. But the more you sit and journal that and track that, you're going to notice there are shifts that are happening weekly, monthly, and for sure yearly. But they can be subtle, but those subtle changes is what's going to give you that huge transformation. Sometimes this work gets more messy before it gets more clear too, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, you don't have to be so prescriptive about it. If you need to take a pause, take a pause. We reflect nature. And here, this is like a little tidbit from this weekend as we were at the camper this weekend and we were just watching nature do what nature does. And we're watching these birds that are starting to migrate. And so they come and they were like rested on top of this tree. And at first I was just fascinated at the fact that there were like a bazillion black birds ahead of, or above. But then they all like take pause on the top of this tree with this spindly little branch, and yet the wind's blowing and they are so steady in that pause, right? But they're just taking it all in, taking a breather. And I suggest we do that. There are times when you're going to be traveling along in your journey and you're just going to have to take that pause and allow that pause to happen. Birds do it, nature does it. We are one and the same. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. It doesn't matter if you write this in pen or pencil. It doesn't matter if your handwriting is perfect. It doesn't matter if your sentences are complete or if someone were to pick up your journal, which a lot of people fear, but you know what? Try to move past that. This isn't meant to make sense to anybody else. So that's it. I don't know. It's a great journal. I don't know what else to say about it.
Tell me about the yearly stuff or I think you said letters to self.
Yeah, so I had I believe this is actually I placed this. Well, I was gonna place it right at the beginning and then right at the end, and I think I just did letters to self, and then by all means do it at the beginning of your journey, the end of your journey, and anywhere in between. Like again, let it be yours. But it's just a letter to yourself, and it just starts with "Dear Me," and then it's allowing yourself just to. There aren't really prompts to that piece, right? It's just what's that heartfelt message that you would send to your future self, um or the present self, and then it goes to the future. Dear future me, so 1 year from today I hope you blah 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 blah, and then you fill in the blank. My personal manifesto, like something you're actively taking agency to choose. Like here becomes that co-creator of your life. Like what is it that you want? What are you going to start choosing? Right? What are you going to let go of? So those are letters to yourself.
And how
Again,
many are you able to write?
You can write as many as you want. Now there's only the one prompt, so it doesn't tell you, okay, write another letter to self. Again, this is a working journal for yourself. So like I said, maybe you're going to be the one person that just does it from front to cover, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you only do the one letter. That's enough. It's okay. Maybe for some reason you get journaling enough and it's like you felt something shift in you and you want to write another letter. Or that future letter, like I don't get to tell you when the future is now to read it, right? One would assume that future means somewhere in the future, right? So we got to let some time go by. But those letters can be so powerful, especially if you read them after a solid chunk of time. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about because you journal, right? And then like rereading some of that stuff, you can tell exactly where you were in your life,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was a messy part or a very clean part
Mm-hmm.
and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Then we have these little alignment moments, and these you'll see throughout, right? Just taking that pause, and then I'm guiding you in different things to think about, to ponder, connecting with breath, and then settling in. That's all going to help, bring down that nervous system, find that calmness, that stability a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back into alignment, really figuring out what's my voice, what's the external noise. So those alignment moments, they occur off and on throughout.
That's awesome. This is so great. And so you go on Amazon and you either Google your name or Google the book title that you told us about earlier, and
Yes.
it's on Kindle or paperback. And while you're on Amazon, you can just buy a whole new set of pens. I'm that kind of person. I will
Okay.
full
Yeah.
send.
I'm all about the pen thing too. And this is a little tidbit. Well, I do use like multicolored pens,
Ooh.
but one of the things, and this is, I did not talk about this myself. This came from another coach of mine. So I'm a coach, but I am coached by other coaches as well. So one of my coaches, Coach Kayla, um, she had said to color code it. And so what she recommended, and now what I've recommended in my own practice as a coach, is when like something is going really, really well, or there was a win for the day, like we're going to color code that green. Doesn't have to be, but green is what I did. Red is like when I'm feeling like in the mess or a challenge of something and it's not feeling so great. I'm going to journal that in red. And then I chose orange as I'm kind of processing, right? As I'm going from the green or the red to the green. So then it's easier for me to look back when I want to reflect a little bit on my weekly or my monthly, whenever again, it's not like March 1st, April 1st, it's whenever.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's helpful for me to kind of go back and see like, oh yeah, wow, this is what I did. And obviously, or not obviously, but sometimes, like we fall into our own patterns and habits. And then that also makes it easier to identify through journaling and color coding, right? Like, where are my habits? What is reoccurring that I no longer like? And okay, I've been here before, so how do I get out of this again? And then I can refer back to that and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So it's all about remembering, right? We all have this already innately in us, but we've been so disconnected from it for a plethora of reasons. And so it's just reconnecting with that inner voice, the all-knowing, the one that already knows. That's always working in alignment for your highest good. I could go on and on about that too. But
Well, I think that's what makes the journal so good.
well, I hope so. I mean, I think I've also become like, all right, a lot of people are gonna really resonate with this. Other people are gonna be like, ooh, wow, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And that's okay. If it came into their path and you have it, then just trust that it's all working for you. It's a seed that's been planted, and it will come back around.
Yeah. Yep.
But and eventually, like we've talked about, the second book will be coming out sooner than later. So there is a series of books coming out, and then eventually we'd like to build that live Q&A or that community where we can maybe go through the journal together. We can go through the next book together. So there's that in the near future too.
That's awesome. Yes, building that fan base. I tell you what, I feel like I'm already a, what do they call that? A cult follower.
Oh God, don't call me that.
No, but like it's just this like where like
I
you're
know.
obsessed or like you're just like, wow, like this is so good. Like I could absorb this all day.
Yes.
It's like with the internet.
I know. And I like to joke around, clearly. I rewatch some of those videos that are posted on my YouTube, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that out loud. And I really hope people know that we're joking on some of those conversations. If not, I guess that's okay. Not everyone could be as, funny as us. Don't know. Or maybe it's just not their humor. It's okay. But I do joke a lot. Yeah.
Perfect.